Look at that iconic Boston Red Sox blanket.
I know. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, Tommy, your hair looks purple. Is
Thank
there like a
you.
light in your room?
No, I dyed it.
Oh, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy's lying. That's full cap.
No, that's not true. I Yeah, it's just the lighting. Um, yeah, so we are. It does look purple now that I look at it.
Yeah, it does, right?
That's interesting. Yeah, we are here talking, and I realize I am super far away from the mic, so that probably sounded terrible.
Yeah, you're a little distant, but you're good now.
What'd you say?
I said you're good now.
Um, yeah, how you do, Mikey?
Doing all right. Uh, I By the way, we're doing Jurassic Park. Just for those of you that don't know. But before that, we'll shoot the shit. I'm good. I'm a little tired. It's been a weird week. Like I have like no homework, and I've had like the entire week off of work. So I have a job, by the way, listeners. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but I'm a fry cook, and
This was like
uh
directly after the chef episode that you got that job, right?
yeah, yeah.
Was there any like influence there, or were you just like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
I'll
was
take
so
it?
inspired that I walked into the restaurant and begged. Let me make sure. Am I recording? Yeah, okay. Uh, yeah. And I only work weekends, so I pretty much had 5 days of the week where I was doing absolutely nothing. But what it did do is allow me to fucking finally. I know
You'd
the loyal
finished.
fans have been waiting, but I am done with the Clone Wars.
Woo!
Finally, I started that series in January of 2020, and in February of 2021,
Holy
I
shit,
finished it. Yeah, I
that's
took a
insane.
long break though. Like it wasn't like consistent watching
So,
all that time.
so give me your review. Let's hear it. No spoilers. Well, should you? I guess here I'll ask some questions. Like an interview. Should I watch the Clone Wars?
No,
No.
not
Why
you.
is that?
Definitely not you.
Okay.
Because I would say probably anywhere from 60 to 80% of every season is filler.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like real big. Like there's no like overarching story, like it's not like a beginning, middle, and end kind of deal. They're just like all separate stories. And it's just supposed to be like, oh, look at all these adventures that happened in the Clone Wars that were never in the movies. Um, but so many of them are fucking boring. Like Padme and Jar Jar doing nothing, or the clones doing nothing, or uh 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 fucking like I don't know, Yoda dicking around for like an entire episode. Any episodes where it's like actually focusing on Anakin or Obi-Wan or Ahsoka are really cool and really interesting. Or yeah, or like Darth Maul and all that shit is cool. But that doesn't even come until like the end of season 4. And like in total, there's probably like 12 Darth Maul episodes. uh so if I would say, if you want to do like the abridged version that people post online, like only watching like the important stuff, then you'll probably really enjoy it. But if you watch the whole thing beginning to end like I did, you probably won't.
So, like, what's if you had to give this a chat or bad? What would you do?
I'd probably give
Also,
it.
star rating. What would you do?
All right, so here's the thing, right? The last 4 episodes left it on such a high note. Like those last 4 episodes are like some of like the best Star Wars stuff I've ever seen. Like it was like really good. Um And so like now looking back, I think I see it more positively than I did while I was watching it. Um, because of how good those last four episodes were. But overall, I would say bad because it's so boring for the most part. Like, I don't know. Every like, so like the way the show operates is that it's like, you know, 20-minute episodes, but there's like arcs. So like an arc is usually like 4 episodes long, and then that's it. They move to the next arc. And so when there's an arc that's boring, it's 4 episodes, and it's
You're kind of
tough.
stuck there.
Yeah. And
Mm.
and then if you have 2 boring arcs in a row, you're like, Jesus Christ. Like season 7, which everyone says is the best season because it has those last 4 episodes. The first 2 arcs in the season are boring as sin. The first one not as much because it's like got an interesting concept at least about like a bad batch of clones. Um, but like the middle one, like I don't know. I would say like yeah, like Chad in regards to like the cool shit, but
Your British
it's
version
pretty
is
spaced
probably
out.
Chad.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I'll say Ahsoka Tano. I get the hype behind her character now because she was probably my favorite part of the whole show. Without a doubt. A lot less Anakin in the show too than I thought there would be. I thought there would be like a shit ton
There
of.
isn't that much Anakin.
I mean, there like is, but again, if you broke it down, there's probably like 4 Anakin episodes a season, like Anakin centric episodes. Like he pops up a lot, but he's not like always the focus. And I
The
really
main
thought it
part.
was going to be like his show, really, but it's more like it's definitely more so Ahsoka's. But what is cool is the finale or the last 4 episodes or whatever. It's like woven
Does it
in
tie
with
into Revenge of the Sith?
yeah. So
Oh, that's
like
cool.
Obi-Wan and Anakin leave at the beginning of the arc to go rescue Palpatine from Grievous.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Ahsoka goes off and does her whole thing. And you see like when Order 66 happens, it's so cool seeing that from like Ahsoka's perspective. So I'd honestly say, Tommy, like boot up the last 4 episodes. You'll probably get the gist. And that's the way to go.
Yeah, I honestly might. I don't know if we have any loyal Star Wars fans watching, but I think it's mostly kind of garbage, and I don't know if I can sit through all of that Star Wars.
If you don't like Mandalorian, it's a lot like Mandalorian in terms
It's
of
just the
like
bad episodes of
how it feels.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, but I'm glad to be done,
Yeah,
because what I want is to be fully caught up with Star Wars canon. And I mean like movies and TV shows. I'm not going to fucking read all the books and shit. But like after I watch Star Wars Rebels, I will have watched every canon Star
is
Wars
Star
movie and
Wars
show.
Rebels like a show that's now like it's out? I've
Yeah,
never heard
it
of it.
finished a while ago.
Ah, shit.
That's where like a lot of the threads from Clone Wars feed into. Like that's where you see what happens to Ahsoka and Obi-Wan and shit.
Hmm.
I mean, we know what happens to Obi-Wan, obviously, but like he has another showdown with Darth Maul, apparently. Uh,
Oh, that's
but
cool.
before that, I am taking a long break from Star Wars. I am Star Warsed out for a while. I
How are those Legos?
well, they're built like that's
Yeah,
different, That's a different feeling.
it's true.
But yeah, so I'm glad it's done. But you know, I didn't hate it for sure. I'll probably rewatch some of those like banger episodes every now and then.
Just wouldn't really
Just like I
recommend
rewatch
it.
the movies. Yeah. You know what I want to do is like next time I do like a watch through of every movie, I'll just lump in that I think it's called The Siege of Mandalore, but I'll lump that in with everything else as like
Hmm.
a movie
And those are like the
that we
last
go.
4 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
Pretty cool. It was actually like pretty sad. And I didn't even give a shit about any of the characters, but I was still like, ooh, damn, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, I
But
might
yeah,
honestly go and watch the last 4.
yeah, they're good. They're really good. As long as you read up a little on Ahsoka and like what exactly happened to her, I could even tell you quickly. But like after the episode ends to not spoil
Yeah, yeah.
people. But yeah, on to bigger and better things, and Rebels
Mhm.
maybe in like December of this year or something. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, what's
So
been going
on
on
that
with you?
note of, I'm gonna say on that note of disappointment, how about that Nintendo Direct?
Oh my god. I like
Yeah,
not
that
to be
was
hyperbolic, but that was like one of the worst directs I've ever seen in my entire life.
like it was just boring as hell,
Well,
and
like
it was like what it was probably like 70% anime, and I'm just like,
it was.
you know,
And like the thing was like it's Zelda's 35th anniversary this year, and for Mario's 35th anniversary, they're still jerking him off about it. Like they still keep being like to celebrate the 35th anniversary, like oh, Animal Crossing furniture. Like by the time they're done celebrating Mario's 35th, it'll be his 40th. You know,
Mhm.
they but like Zelda's 35th came in, they're like, it's just like no, we're not talking about Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we like upscaled a game that came out 10 years ago that really doesn't look that bad, and it's like nice, and then they're
And
charging it
it's
for $60.
$60. That's
It's
insane.
$60.
Remember
It's like,
last year
who in
Nintendo
their
was like,
right
here's
mind?
3 Mario games for $60. And now they're like, here's one 10-year-old Zelda game for $60.
But also, I don't know. I'd still say that those 3 Mario games are overpriced as hell. Like they're
I mean, sure, but
three
at least it's
old
3.
as hell games. Yeah, but still,
But like Galaxy's from the
I don't
same
know.
time as
I
Skyward Sword. You know? That's like if they charge
yeah,
$60
yeah,
for
you're right.
just Galaxy. What they should
Mhm.
do, and I
I guess
really
you're right.
thought they would, is I thought they would release like a 3D Zelda collection like they did for Mario with like
That'd have been
Ocarina,
so
Wind
hype.
Waker, and like Skyward Sword or Twilight Princess, because that's what they did for fucking Mario. But no, I should work for you, Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then the final reveal was
Listen to the
so
podcast.
big. They were like,
Yeah.
you're
A
panning
game
over
that
this desert, and you're
nobody
like, could
fucking
this be
cares about.
Mario? Could this be Mario Kart? Could this be? No, it's fucking Splatoon. I've played
Yeah.
Splatoon for
I
like
love
maybe
Mario
five
Kart so
minutes.
much. Yep,
Yeah.
same here. I think we were talking about this. We were texting and I was like, I just really need a Mario Kart. Like that's really the only game I care about at
Yeah.
this point.
At like
Um
minute
there
45
has
of the
been
direct.
there have been 3 Splatoon games released since the last Mario Kart game has
Yeah.
been
Since
released.
the
And it's
last like
like,
truly new
I don't
Mario
know.
Kart game. Yeah. I'm sure for Splatoon
Yeah.
fans this
I
is
don't
like
know. It is a little
amazing. But Jesus Christ, do I not care. I own Splatoon 2, and I don't think I've ever touched it. That's not to say it's a
yeah,
bad
I think
game.
I
That's
played
just to
it
say I
for
have not touched it.
no, I bet it's not. It is like I played it for like 2 days and then I
Mhm.
was like, I'll play this again, and then I just never did.
And then, what's his face came on and was like, I know when you saw me, you probably got excited about Breath of the Wild 2. And I'm here to tell you that we're not telling you
I'm
shit
like,
about Breath of
yeah,
the Wild 2.
mm-hmm. That was real shitty.
It was just an
It was just
extremely
like
blue
literally
balls direct.
it was pathetic as hell. The only good thing was Mario Golf, and they're
And
still
what's
charging
that
$60
saying?
for that, and it's
Like,
gonna be like 10 hour. It's 10 hours of content. I guarantee it.
and if it's like as bad as Mario Tennis Aces was, then it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't Mario Tennis Aces. Did you? Do you have it?
No, but I've played it.
It's
And it's
not
just
fun.
tennis. It's just tennis. But oh well, they'll have to. That means the next direct will be big, right? It's been 500 days,
I
by the
wouldn't think
way.
so.
Before this last direct, there were 500 days between this last direct and the one before it. Like the last
And
like
then they
big
came out and
direct.
like, don't worry, guys. We know it's been 500 days, but we are going to reveal nothing.
Yeah, Splatoon 3, which comes out in fucking 2 years or whatever, or 1 year. Fuck, it's 2021. Shit.
Dude, we're fucking old.
You're watching Tom and Jerry? I think that comes out this weekend on HBO Max.
How much like the movie? Is there a movie or just like the
It's like a
series?
shitty ass like CGI or like animated and
Is it
live
like
action
real?
hybrid.
Oh
Yeah. No,
no.
it's not realistic. It's like Tom and Jerry are still animated in 2D, but they're in the real world, but the animation still looks
Oh.
really weird.
Hmm. This is a 2021 movie.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'll get my low rankings. Oh, do you know Nomadland? You heard of that
Yeah,
movie?
I've been meaning to
Just
watch it.
came
I
out on
haven't.
just came out on Hulu.
I know.
So
Did you watch
I
it?
just no, not yet. I just like saw it that it was on there, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit. I still
I've
got
been
to see
watching
some
TV
20.
for like the first time in my life. I've been watching TV shows more than movies, um, which
Yeah,
I never ever do. And reading. I'm reading Percy Jackson, and
it's
I'm
like
on book 3.
nice.
And I'm reading Watchmen for the first time, too.
Mm.
And I read the comic book um, Hawkeye by Matt Fraction, which came out in like 2012 or whatever, and it's what the new Hawkeye show is based off of.
Any
It's
good?
real good. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's really cool. Um, it's like a very different style of writing. Like there's a whole issue of the comic book written from the dog's perspective, where there's like no words or anything. It's like just the dog's like thoughts, but he only thinks in like images. Pretty cool.
Is it just like the dog saying like bark and
Yeah, yeah, it's like, well, it's like he sees people, but he doesn't know their names. So it'll be like, oh, this is the guy who gives me like pizza or whatever. I think his name's Pizza Dog also. But yeah, it's a fun comic book, and that was something I read also. But I guess I should have saved all that for what we've been watching. But
well, that's okay because I have not been watching anything.
yeah, that's cool. Uh,
Yeah.
so should we move into what you have been watching, or what you did just watch?
Yeah, so we just watched Jurassic Park for everybody that
You say
can't
we.
read the
I've seen
title.
this movie about 500,000 times, so I don't really need to.
Really? And this is one of your favorite movies,
Oh yeah, for sure.
correct? Okay,
This
cool.
is what I would call a
Um,
perfect movie.
wow.
Yeah. Tommy's about to like shit on it for
I didn't
like
think it was I didn't like so here's my issue. I I didn't think there's anything bad about it. But like thinking about the movies that I hold in like super high regard, I just
Mm-hmm.
I can't reasonably say like this is anywhere close. So I'd
Mm-hmm.
probably put it in like the like 3-star range.
3? God, you're such a pussy.
I'm sorry.
You get like
It's good. I
literally
like it. I have
fuck
other
you.
like really good movies at 3 stars.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean I
because you're
don't
a
like
pussy
them.
ass bitch. Uh
Okay, okay.
I don't know. I like this movie a lot. I just feel like um the characters in it are really good and really fleshed out. I like for the like yeah, I like all 3 leads a lot. Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and Laura Dern. I feel like all are really good in this movie. And another weird thing, so like, did I talk about this in the last episode? That I didn't like that actress. What's her name? Paddington. Fuck me. I don't know. Nicole Kidman. And I kind of had the same
I was gonna say
relationship.
there's a lot of female actresses you don't like.
That's not true. Name one other one.
I know.
Well,
I'm
actually, I'm
trying
about to. But I kind of have the same problem with like Laura Dern. Except in this movie where Laura Dern is a queen. I'm sure she's a queen in real life too.
Who
But
is Laura Dern? I honestly do not know anybody's name in this movie except Jeff Goldblum.
she is Ellie Sattler,
Yeah.
the paleobotanist,
Hmm.
the main guy's girlfriend.
I got it. I know. I know. Yeah, I know. I know. I got it the first time.
You didn't see. This is what you do, Tom. You don't show me that you actually got it. You just go like I don't know. I don't know if that's like a nod, like I'm listening, or a nod, like yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I understood from the first time. So yeah, this movie starts out, and the main guy, what's his name? Like
Alan Grant,
George or
Alan.
yeah, Grant, Alan. He like berates a kid for just
Oh
being
yeah,
like a little shithead. Like all kids are. He's just like, aren't velociraptors just like giant turkeys? And this kid's like 11. And then this like asshole uh paleontologist, is that, I guess that's a word.
Mm-hmm.
He just like absolutely goes off on this kid and like
Yeah.
basically
He
threatens him with
traumatizes
death.
him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like,
With like the raptor
I don't
claw,
know.
and he like cuts his shirt or he grabs his shirt or whatever.
And then like as they're walking away, Ellie is like, "Huh, if you wanted to scare him that much, you should have pulled the gun on him." And he's like, "Yeah, I should have." It's like it's just a weird way to start the movie.
I love it. I don't know. I think that's so fun. And then I don't know. I just like them so much. Maybe it's a lot of nostalgia, but I don't even have that much nostalgia for this movie because when I was a kid, Jurassic Park 3 was my shit. Also, this is part one of a series where we're gonna do the rest of the Jurassic Park movies. Uh, but Jurassic Park 3 was my shit, and as you'll soon learn in a couple episodes, it is not my shit anymore. And this one I didn't watch that much. I watched 2 and 3 like constantly when I was younger. But this one not as much. But as I got older, I was like, "Yo, this one fucking slaps," and the other two are uh, not good. And I don't know. It's like the music and the vibes. It just looks so good. It's Spielberg. How's that not fun as fuck? It's dinosaurs. It's
It
also
was
like
real fun. Yeah.
this movie totally taught me the names of dinosaurs for sure. Like I didn't even know
So
what a
what's your favorite
fucking
dinosaur? If you could be any dinosaur, which one would you be?
if I had to be one. Uh,
Or like have one as a pet? Like what's your dinosaur tier list? Like real
okay.
quick.
Well,
We don't
hold
have
on.
tiers up, but like
Well, hold on. So are we going off like the version shown in this movie? Because that's not what they really look like. Are you going off like
oh, I have
scientifically
no clue.
accurate dinosaurs or like Jurassic Park looking dinosaurs?
Um I have no clue. How about you answer that yourself?
Okay. Going first of all, I think Jurassic Park dinosaurs are the way they should look. I know they're actually like birds and have feathers, and they even say it in the movie. But like in my brain, this is what they should look like, and I'm gonna go off that. And for the sake of that, I would say like I just like Brachiosaurus or
What's the difference between a brachio and isn't there like something called like a brontosaurus?
a
Yes, there
Brontosaurus.
is.
I believe a Brontosaurus is a different thing because
Oh, you're right.
and then there's like a Patasaurus, which is like also a long neck guy, but
Mhm.
Brachiosauruses are much bigger than Brontosauruses.
I'm gonna look up what's the biggest dinosaur, and that's gonna be my favorite dinosaur.
Anyway, I just like them because they have big long necks.
Argentinosaurus. What the hell is an Argentinosaurus? I also really like. Actually, you know what? My favorite is a pterodactyl because that would just be so sick to be like literally the biggest thing that's flying around.
Pteranodon.
What?
Pteranodon. I don't think they're called pterodactyls anymore.
Really?
I believe they are not called pterodactyls anymore.
Tyrannodon?
Pteranodon. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm
What?
an idiot. Maybe
Maybe
it's
you
just a
are.
different thing. Uh,
Um,
what's the difference between a pterodactyl and a pteranodon then?
I don't know.
Pteranodon, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I care about. Pterodactyl is the common term for winged reptiles. Oh, okay. So pterodactyls are like all of them. Pteranodons are the specific ones that we typically see. So like any winged dinosaur is a pterodactyl, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
But
that's
a
sick.
pteranodon is like the one that you picture.
Just like imagine like going outside and seeing a pterodactyl or pteranodon. That must be like literally the scariest shit in the world.
Getting picked up by one.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the
Um.
movie. So my favorite thing
Anyway.
about this movie, right, is so the theme in this movie is pretty obvious, which is like, hey, don't fuck with nature, right? Because Jeff
Yeah.
Goldblum does that whole thing where he's like, scientists were so, occupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. And
It was just like
That's
it's like a
it. That's
basic
it.
point, but it's a really good point. Like, you
And
know.
they nail it home because it's like through the whole movie, it's like you have like the part where he like teaches her about chaos theory with the water droplets, and it's all just connected to like fucking exactly what happens in the movie. Life finds a way. The dinosaurs learn how to breed regardless because they have frog DNA, so they can change uh, sex. And I just think it's a really cool setup and payoff to being like, you know, oh, cool dinosaur movie, but it's actually like, hey, like you're kind of fucking with the natural order of things, and that's a a risk. That's a big thing to be fucking with, I guess. And it's kind of what I think about all the time with like aliens and shit, and like robots. Like I don't really want to fuck with making artificial intelligence because I've seen Ultron and oops, it's trash night, and I've seen like alien movies, and this is kind of the same fucking shit of like just don't fuck with shit, man. You're gonna you're gonna get everyone killed.
Yeah. That was probably the thing that I liked most about the movie. I just really enjoy the idea of like when movies, TV shows, or like books go into the whole theme of like, don't try to play God or
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna get played.
Yeah.
You ever read Brave New World? The book
No.
Brave New World? It's really good. I just read it like a little while ago. But it's basically that point like driven home. Um, there's a lot of really cool stuff like that. So I always like enjoy when something tries to like take that point, and it's like, it's not cool when humans try to like, you
Yeah.
know,
There's also a really cool
advance too
quote
far.
about that Ian Malcolm says at one point. It says, "You stood on the shoulders of geniuses to accomplish something as fast as you could, and before you even knew what you had, you patented it, packaged it, slapped it on a plastic lunchbox, and now you want to sell it." And I think that's cool because later on in the movie, there's a bit where John Hammond, like, he doesn't know where his grandkids are, and he's like sitting in the room all silently, and like around him is just like all the Jurassic Park merchandise and like the lunch boxes and shit with the logo on it. It's just a really cool way. It's also like fuck capitalism in some ways, where because in reality he really did the whole Jurassic Park thing just to make an attraction, and he says it's like, oh no, it's not about the money, it's about like the research or whatever. But like the fucking what is it, the lawyer? I forget his name, but he's like, the scientists are the ones who are like, no, fuck this, but the lawyer's like, yeah, hell yeah, dude, let's do
Yeah,
this
it's
thing.
also just like so funny that like the three like science people they bring on, like
Mm-hmm.
their consensus is, this is really cool that you did this, but like,
Yeah,
what are the implications? Like, are you sure this was a good idea? And then like the old guy's just like, oh, come on, guys, like,
yeah, stop being such
it's,
squares.
and then he quite literally says like, it's a weird day when the lawyer's the only one on your side, and I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
The only one
shouldn't
I have
that
on my
like
side is the
raise
blood
a
sucking
flag?
lawyer. And
Yeah.
then the lawyer gets
I
fucking
also want
eaten.
to say that, yep, you get to eat T-Rex. Only person to die in the movie, right?
No, Arnold,
Or no, does the short
Mr.
shorts
Arnold,
dies?
short shorts.
Yeah, shorts. I want to
No,
say that
Samuel
when they
Jackson
have,
dies and Dennis Nedry dies.
shit, when does Samuel L. Jackson die?
Remember, she's like, "Oh, Mr. Arnold," like she has his arm because like it falls on her shoulder.
Oh, yeah. I guess
He
I
got
forgot that his
eaten.
name is Arnold. Um, hmm. And yeah, Newman dies.
Yeah.
Uh, do you know that reference?
Dotson, Dotson.
Okay.
See, nobody cares. I like him. He's a fun villain.
Yeah. So there's this. I like him a lot. He's not a villain. He's just kind of
A
a
meddler.
dick, you know. I want to say, do you know that Vine that it's like the Jurassic Park, but it's like the what are those? You remember what are
Yeah.
those? Was like the
Mm-hmm.
big. Do you remember that Vine I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah. What are
Yeah.
those?
I once that scene came up, that was the only thing I could think of.
Ah, I love that scene. Come on, that's so rad. They're like, "Welcome to Jurassic Park," and then the music swells and it pans out and the Brachiosauruses and everything. Come on. Shit's so rad.
No, it was rad. I liked it a lot. Just didn't like give me the heebie-jeebies like I wanted it to.
When the T-Rex is attacking them and it's got the thing on its back and the
Okay,
kids are
so
in it.
here's my issue. Like the T-Rex, like causes so much shit for them earlier on in the movie, and then like when they're all about to be eaten by the Velociraptors, the T-Rex comes in, destroys the Velociraptors, then decides, I'm good. I'm gonna let them like. They're
Well,
okay.
he was still eating the Velociraptor while they ran away.
But like also like the people there were just like, oh, thank God we're saved by the T-Rex. I would have been like, holy shit, this is an even bigger problem, you know?
Well, yeah, they just ran. They weren't like, oh, thank you,
I did.
Rexy, for saving us.
Okay, maybe I just watched it wrong. That's kind of what I got. And I also thought
And
it
the
was funny
banner
that like
falls and says, "When dinosaurs ruled the earth." So
mhm,
cool.
it was pretty cool. I like that like they get to the helicopter and they're all like hugging and everything, but
Yeah.
also like the dinosaurs are still loose. You know? Like
Mhm.
they're all like, "Oh, we're safe now." And
Well, that's the plot of the next
it's just
movie.
like, "Oh, really?"
I guess
I've
not
never
even the next
seen.
movie, actually, because it's a different island. But like, yeah, they like talk about it because this is like, I don't know. When we get to the Jurassic World movies, that's when shit with the dinosaurs is like bad. I also want to say like this is the only good Jurassic Park movie I would say. Jurassic World is okay. Jurassic World's fine.
Yeah.
Uh, but you know, I don't know. I this one is so far above the rest. Like, it's just I don't know. I'm getting like weepy. I just love this movie, dude. I don't give a shit. The part where the T-Rex is attacking them, and like it's one of those bits where like I guess you could consider it an action sequence. It's like not, but like uh the it just builds tension so well, and like when you see like them using the flare and shit to get out of it, just a cool way of having them having an action sequence that's not just like, oh, one character has a gun and he's like hunting down a bunch of uh like raptors or whatever. It makes it feel a lot more like what would actually happen in a situation like that, um where you're not taking on a fucking T-Rex or anything, which is kind of the problem with these Jurassic World movies is
Yeah,
like,
it's not man versus Rex in a
yeah.
one-on-one mano a mano,
Well, that's the thing is like
fight to
Chris
the death.
Pratt in the newer movies, Chris Pratt's like hanging out with the Velociraptors and they're just kind of chill together. And, they
Mhm.
beat like the Indominus by like outrunning the T-Rex like on foot. And it's like, I don't know. This one just does a lot better of like making the dinosaurs seem like really threatening, but also like showing the inherent beauty that they're just like animals trying to live, which I think is really cool in a lot of ways. And what is it, the bit where Muldoon he like uh is hunting the raptor and they like flank him like Alan Grant was saying at the beginning of the movie. He was describing how the velociraptors would surround you, and they do exactly that to Muldoon. He's like, clever girl. And then they kill him. So that's
Mhm.
4 deaths in the movie,
And also
actually.
like yeah, he was short shorts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because I remember he showed up. Everybody was like, dressed pretty normally as you would in a dinosaur island, and then this man shows up with like bare legs out, and I'm like, okay, this is a this is gonna be a long movie, and yeah, I guess it was funny that like he saw the dinosaur, like you see a living, breathing, ferocious dinosaur right next to you, and you
And
like
your
have the
first thought is
wherewithal
like,
to like say a comedic little line like right before like it attacks
clever
you.
girl. Yeah.
That's
And
what I
also
also
the
think
kid
is pretty funny
actors.
about this movie is
No go.
I was gonna bring that up. Do you remember the when Tim he's like they're counting down from like uh counting up from one, like one, two, three,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna jump, and at two he gets electrocuted by the fence,
Yeah.
and like they think this kid is dead. Like this his sister is like, my brother's dead. this guy Grant is like, this little child just died on me. They bring him back to life, and then this little asshole goes, huh, 3. I don't know. It's just,
Oh,
and then
come
they all
on.
just like sigh and they're like, aha, real fun.
What about the
It was just
scene
it was
in
just like real funny.
yeah, it is funny. What about the scene in the kitchens when they're hiding from the velociraptors? That shit is so
Oh yeah,
claustrophobic feeling. It's so
and
cool.
she like does the mirror thing
Mm-hmm.
or the
It's
reflection, I
just
guess.
it's a fun fucking sequence because, like I said, there no one's taken on dinosaurs head on. I will say one fucking funny, goofy thing about this movie is like, finally they all get back together. It's like Alan, Ellie, Lex, and Tim, and they're all like doing shit, and they're like in a room trapped, and they need to get like the phones working again. And Lex is like, "It's my time. I'm a hacker." Like, oh yeah, this is clearly some 1990s dialogue going on, and she's like, "I'm in the mainframe," and saying shit like that.
Yep.
You know,
And also just like the computer is moving so
oh my
slowly.
god, isn't
Like
it? It's like
she's
this
like,
weird
I
3D.
love the yeah, I love like the distinction between um Alan and Ellie like trying their hardest to defend this door from like several velociraptors, and they are like screaming, they're in pain, and then it pans over to Lex, and there's just they're sitting on this computer
Yeah,
that's moving like a mile or like a minute a
yeah.
mile.
A
What is the
mile a
rate?
minute,
Mile a minute, yeah.
which would also be fast. So
Yeah, oh
much slower
sorry.
than that.
Slower than a
Mile
mile
an
a
hour.
minute. Yeah, exactly.
uh, yeah, it's a really slow computer program, and she's like, "I can access the whole park," and it's like, "Go, man, go!"
Yeah.
There's literally raptors pounding down the door, dude.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, there's some goofy ass shit. I just love
Just
it.
basically
It's
like
fun.
all like the computer lingo. You could tell that like they consulted like one person about
Mm-hmm.
it, and then they're just like, okay, I think we understand computers from here, and then they
Yeah, yeah.
just, you know what I mean?
We got it from here. Okay, thank you. Also, Ellie digs through Triceratops shit. It's a good
Yeah,
part.
that was kind of out of. I will say like that Triceratops scene was like out of nowhere. I guess. I mean, maybe
That puppet
you.
is so good for the Triceratops.
So hold on. They explain like the dinosaurs get sick like every 6 weeks. What was the explanation for that, or was there just none?
They were eating the berries. Or no, they
What
were.
berries?
Yeah, wait, no, they were eating. They were eating something. Wait, I forget. Why did the Triceratops get sick? Uh. Oh, okay, yeah. So the drink. Okay, like yeah, it says blah blah blah. Triceratops digest food such as fruit or vegetables by also eating small stones that crush and mash the food in their stomach. Uh, and the stones it eats are too close to the poisonous lilac berries, so it would get sick when it would eat the stones. They
Okay.
say something about the berries in it, but they don't find traces of it. But they find that it's like
Yeah.
whatever other reason.
That stuff kind of
Uh,
just like came out of nowhere. I mean, I guess it was explained, but it was like just very. There's probably like only like a minute of attention to that whole little
it was
plot
just
line throughout the
a it was
entire
just a
movie. It's like,
show. It was just a show like Alan and Ellie have an appreciation, more so Ellie, but like they have an appreciation for these animals way above what John Hammond and the other stuff. Like they're treating them like animals, not attractions. Whereas you know
mhm.
the rest, like Ellie didn't like they don't want to kill the dinosaurs. Like they don't think that's the thing. They just want them to like live out their natural lives on the island and die out because they're all female. But I guess they reproduce anyway, so maybe they'll just be dinosaurs forever.
Mhm.
Um, uh, but yeah, the music is great too. I love the music, cinematography, amazing. It's a good movie. It's a really fun. Like I feel like this is like a very summertime movie. Uh, do you get that feeling?
I can see that. I can see like chilling out on the back patio with like a lemonade, watching this. on like
Watching
a
Jurassic Park.
projector at night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to say because I could sit here and sing the movie's praises all day. I really don't honestly have anything negative to say about the movie. Um, yeah,
Yeah, I don't have many negatives to say either. I just don't think I see the stars as much as you do. Yeah.
that's because you're blind. It's
True.
okay, Tommy. We can't all be educated.
Yeah. I would like to see what like actual like scientists who know about this stuff like say about the original Jurassic Park movie. I'm sure there's definitely been something about that, but I wonder
Yeah, I
what they would
think
like,
so. I
how
remember
they would
seeing
critique
something
it.
about like uh there was something about like Jurassic Park being like hold on, I'm gonna Google it really fast. I'm gonna keep talking so I don't have to edit all this out. Uh oh my god, this Google page is so interesting. Uh blah blah blah. Okay, so NASA said that 2012 the movie is the silliest sci-fi film of all time. And they said that Jurassic Park is scientifically plausible. That's what they said. Like, so
It's
they made
probably
like a
still more so
list.
like
They made a list of like the most, like least likely movies to be like realistic and like most likely movies. So Jurassic Park is number 7 on
this
the
is what
most
your
likely.
taxpayer money is going to Americans.
Yeah. Well, like we can actually clone shit, right? Like the problem is like we could if dinosaur DNA wasn't as old as it was, we could clone dinosaurs like no problem. That's the thing. Like
Yeah, I
we
mean,
like I took a class about like plants and shit and the guy was saying like uh like we could clone anything really like but there's like it's just a bunch of morality things that like people are not sure. Like we could clone a human if we wanted to, is what he was saying, but like people are unsure if we should ever do
I
that.
guess my
Which goes back to this
so I
movie.
guess I mean
Scientists
have
were so
there
preoccupied if they could. They didn't stop to think if they should.
well I would say like have I feel like scientists would have cloned rats because we do a bunch of up shit to
They did.
rats. So
They've cloned
like
sheep.
they cloned rats?
Yeah.
You're 100% sure we've cloned rats.
I know we've cloned sheep. What have we
We
cloned?
cloned rats.
We have successfully cloned a cow, a sheep, a deer, a cat, a dog, a horse, a mule, a rabbit, a rat, and an ox.
So like what goes into like cloning shit? And also like why
Yeah.
haven't we cloned like species that are going extinct?
So you have to like extract. I don't know, but like you have to like extract DNA to like do it, and then I don't remember, dude. I passed that class, but I don't fucking remember. Like basically, it was like a thing of like we can do it. All you need is like any cell from the human body because there's DNA for it to replicate the body, and then it's just a matter of like copying it. I don't know.
Yeah. So here's my
I'm
question.
not a scientist.
Would you be in favor of cloning?
No way, dude. What did I just
No.
say about fucking AI and aliens?
You're telling me if like you could have a clone of yourself and have them do like one half of your tasks and then
Mm-hmm.
you do the other half and then both clones come back at the end of the night and make
I'm not a
out for
clone.
the rest of
See,
the night.
you've already
I mean,
done
I'm
it,
telling
Tommy.
you.
You've referred to me as a clone, which means that's the problem. How do
How
I
do
know
you
I'm
know
not
I'm
the
not a
clone?
clone? Yeah, how do
Yeah,
you know I'm not the
exactly.
clone? I could be
That's
living
the
it up
problem,
right now.
Tommy. I don't want him to resent me for being the original, or I don't want to resent him for being the original, and I won't know if I
Do you
am.
think do you think if like clones did exist, we would be like just killing each other all the time?
I mean,
I'm telling you, like,
maybe.
here's my hypothesis. I don't know how weird this sounds. Mm. You know what? Never mind. I'll save it. I'll save it for after the podcast.
Tommy doesn't want to get canceled. Talking about
No, it's nothing.
clothes.
It's nothing cancelable. But I just don't know if it's like, I don't know.
But yeah, I don't want. I don't want to mess with clones.
No, probably not me. I think at one point I was like, that'd be fucking hype as shit.
Do you think there's
But,
Do you think there's like a clone out there? Someone cloned.
I thought you were gonna say, I thought you were gonna say, do you think there's a god? Do I think there's a clone, like a cloned person?
Yeah, like who was cloned and like no one knew about it, and now he like lives somewhere.
Yeah, it's called My Twin Brother Jason, and I hate him. No,
Took his
I
bait.
mean maybe. I don't know. I mean, they could pass it off as like twin. I've seen some twins that look so fucking much like each other.
Yeah, they're called identical twins.
Yeah, but like even identical, sometimes you can be like, okay, I see the difference. Like I can tell that, like, oh yeah, you're that one when you.
What if they were all like
sometimes
the actual clones from Star Wars, and they were all just Jango Fett?
imagine like instead of twins, like so you know how twins work, like, but instead of there being like an identical twin, it just looked like Jango Fett.
I'm gonna roast Danny here for a second. He was on the Scott Pilgrim episode. That's some cross marketing there. He once in high school, we went to high school with his two twin girls, and he was like, I'm not gonna say their names, but he was like, I'll just call her Betty. And he was like, so is Betty her opposite? And I was like, what?
Opposite.
He's like, or twin? I was like, yeah, twin, not fucking opposite, dude. Love that guy. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Salt of the earth.
He's a fun little character.
He's had a couple of those fun ones. I think we talked about a few of them.
We'll have to get him on the back on the podcast.
Yeah. We'll get Brett back on for Godzilla. Kong Godzilla.
Yeah. When is Kong versus Godzilla coming out?
I think it's March.
Oh shit! Really? Do you know? Oh, it's on. Does it come out on HBO Max? Is that what it comes out on?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, me too. Because again, you give me $10.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna happen.
What? You can't back out, you pussy.
No. I mean, I don't think you're gonna be getting the $10. Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, I just have to wait and see. You'll have to see the live results on this very podcast, loyal listeners. Anyway, Jurassic Park, Chad, for me.
Yeah, I'd say it's
obviously.
a Chad.
It's
one of Michael's favorite movies.
It is.
Can I get what are your? It's number one, Kick-Ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know the other two in my top four?
Scott
we
Pilgrim?
could do an episode on that. Yeah, no.
It's Social Network, and Guardians. Social Network and Guardians.
Yeah. You have not logged anything on the box in forever either.
I think it's been 2 or 3 weeks, unfortunately. I just like. This sounds like a bad excuse.
You watched La La Land and you watched Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and I watched both of them on like 1.5 speed.
Bruh, are you serious?
Yeah, that's how I have to watch movies now.
Martin Scorsese would have your fucking head on a stake.
I could not care less about what
you watch movies at 1.5. That's fucking psychotic.
Not all, but like sometimes.
That means all the dramatic moments are just like so fast.
No, that's not true.
It is true.
When you get when you get used to watching,
the score can't be as impactful because you're listening to it at a weird speed.
No, I disagree. I know you're not getting the fullest extent, but it's like it's literally one
there
step
you go.
down
That checkmate.
from
like 100
steps. It's yeah, sure. It's one step down from 100 steps in the movie. So like, big deal, you know.
It's not one step.
And I save like 30 minutes.
Because you're a fucking psychopath. Who does that shit? It's so weird.
I do.
I've
I
never
would like
ever
to.
heard of
I don't
that.
know.
YouTube videos are one thing. Movies? You're a lunatic. No
I don't know.
wonder
I
you
don't
don't
like
like
that.
it. No wonder you're like, Jurassic
Maybe
Park
this will
not
be
that
the
great. You're
debate.
like, the characters were talking too fast. That's
No,
why you
no,
didn't
no,
like
no.
it. God, what a I can't host this
To be
podcast
fair, though,
with
I
you
will say
anymore.
when when I watched La La Land, I slowed it down whenever a song played.
Which is like literally constantly. So what's the point of even having it on 1.5?
Okay.
Lunatic. I can't do this with you.
I don't know,
You
dude.
don't
I
have a
think
respect
it's
for the art form.
well, if you put it on like 1.1 speed, you don't even notice it.
Is that an option?
Yeah, you could.
No, you can't. Yeah, you're lying.
You can't. I mean, I literally have a video player, which you can control the thing from like one. It's just multiples of 0.1.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Oh god, this is insane. This is insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is a terrible revelation.
This is the last episode.
Yeah, it will be. God, I can't believe you do that. That's so fucking weird.
It's not that weird. It's not like every movie. It's like every once. It's like really just when I'm super pressed for time.
You just said twice in a row.
What?
Tommy, you just said La La Land and Jurassic Park, both of them you watch at 1.5.
Yeah, I've been. Those are the two movies that I've watched in the past like 3 weeks.
Okay. So, we started hold on.
I did not watch Scott Pilgrim at 1.5 speed.
We started recording this podcast at 7:30. Originally, we were supposed to watch it at 8 p.m. You said it saved you a half hour to watch it at 1.5 speed. So you would have actually saved no time watching it at full speed because we would have been done at 8. You would have been done at 8 p.m. and we would have recorded at 8 p.m.
Wait, can you go back to that logic again? I really don't understand it. So it's a hour-long movie, like give or take a couple of minutes.
Okay.
And it saves me.
You said it saved you a half an hour.
Yeah, about a half an hour. It might be a little off, but around there.
Okay. And what we were supposed to originally record this podcast at 8 o'clock, but about 7 o'clock I texted you and said I was ready, but we started recording at 7:30. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means
I didn't finish at
done.
7 o'clock. I finished at like 6.
Okay, so what were you doing between 6 and 7?
I did push-ups, I took a shower, and I played chess on my computer.
Tommy, you cannot say you were pressed for time if that's what you were doing. I did push-ups and showered.
No. Doing push-ups is part of my like routine now. And shower, you gotta shower every day. You can't tell me I'm not like.
Yeah, but you take like really long showers. We talked about this.
Well, I mean that's.
And you played chess on your computer. How much time was that?
I don't know. It's a couple minutes.
Good God. Tommy, you saved no time by watching it at 1.5.
I disagree. I wouldn't have been able to take the shower or do the push-ups or play chess
until after the podcast.
Yeah. And now I'm going to do some homework after the podcast and eat food.
Jesus Christ.
And I wouldn't have had that time.
Oh my God, I can't do this. What have we been watching?
Honestly, if somebody was listening...
Shut up.
I'm just going to say, if someone wanted to listen to this podcast at 1.5 speed, I would have no qualms.
This is a podcast. It's not a film. I'm not putting my like time and effort into it to be like, oh, I want this scene to be like this long and get the effect or whatever. I sound so pretentious. I don't really care. But it's also psychotic behavior.
What do you mean you don't really care? Okay, yeah, sure. I don't really care. I've just been complaining about it for the past 8 minutes.
Yeah. That's the story of my life, isn't it? You know how much we bitch about Star Wars and neither of us care about it at all?
We really like do not give a shit about Star Wars all that much.
And we're both like, no, you're wrong. And then we're both like, do you care? No.
I like Legos.
Anyway, you've been watching nothing. You already said that. Tommy,
I watched a little bit of.
Yeah, go.
Oh, I've been watching a little bit of Attack on Titan, and yeah, that's about it. It's a TV show.
Is it good?
It's a pretty popular TV show. It's actually really good. It has really, really good plot. It's a little confusing. I think whenever a TV show or movie tries to have like a super in-depth plot, when it wants to like fully explain it, it kind of comes out as just a little messy.
Yeah.
which is kind of unfortunate, but really good plot, which is something I like. But yeah,
Cool.
that's about it.
I am officially on the Breaking Bad train.
Oh, what does that mean? You like it? And you've been watching and liking it?
I have been liking it. Yeah. I just finished season 1 today. It's quite good. I'm
Oh,
enjoying it a
cool.
lot. Yeah. Um, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep
So
doing that.
you've
I
met
like that it's
Tuco?
only like 13 in a season. That's fucking lit. I love that.
Yeah, it's like 50-minute episodes though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I don't
but I
know.
mean,
For
you can
some reason,
probably
I could
knock
do
it
it.
out in like a couple
Yeah,
months.
for sure. But yeah, it's good. I'm liking it so far. A lot.
Yeah, maybe once you finish, we could do a little review.
Yeah, we could do that.
Basically, my take is I like Breaking Bad. There are shows I like a little bit more, but I think Breaking Bad's real good.
Yeah. I'm probably never gonna watch Better Call
Yeah.
Saul. Sorry, Brett, if you're listening, but
Yeah. Yeah, I think Brett's one of those people who Breaking Bad or bust. Is that his favorite show? I have no clue.
House of Cards, maybe. He's
Yeah.
gonna come on the podcast and be like, "Michael, you said it was House of Cards. It's not House of Cards, you idiot. You're so fucking stupid." Anyway,
Yeah,
that's all the time we've got. Anything
mhm.
else to say?
Thank you for listening. Make sure you and your clone follow
Don't
us
watch
on
movies at
Twitter and
1.5 speed.
Instagram.
Yeah, follow our Twitter and
Um,
Instagram, please. We're begging.
and yeah, have you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bye.